Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back, or good evening in my time zone. And welcome back to a new video on Dydx. I wanted to cover it. Last time I covered it, it was very, very bullish, of course. But then the big question was, like, Dydx was here at 4.3 at this 1.618 VIP. And then the big question was, will Dydx be able to hold support at 3.9 cents? Which it didn't do. All right, so it got that bearish breakout. So then it did a retest, a bearish break retest, and continued falling down to the levels it reached. Also with the bearish momentum, obviously, that was caused yesterday by all of the bearish news. That certainly did not help. Here you can see this. Oh, excuse me. This bearish momentum. But yeah, so Dydx right now, after that bearish momentum, today has actually found quite a lot of bullish momentum again. All right, so I just wanted to give you my thoughts on the price right now, what I expect, what's possible. It seems to me that Dydx at this moment is actually quite strong. All right, if you or if we take a look at the numbers around the open interest, what you'll see is that the open interest is, you know, kind of in a chopping way going up. But it is going up, at least until 2 hours ago. But it still is, like, the price still is quite bullish. It's testing this resistance right now between 3.4 and 3.55 cents. All right, and just in general, I mean, if you talk about this fundamentally, Dydx is obviously also quite bullish because it's because they have had some, and they're in the middle of some great developments. All right, so that obviously helps. But it's also a decentralized exchange, right? So that's great as well, especially right now when the US mainly is cracking down on exchanges. We see that, I believe, or at least I've seen in the last 2 days or so, that quite a lot of decentralized exchanges actually do fairly well. And just in general, exchange tokens. Here, Uniswap is doing fairly well. LCX, which is also an exchange token, but I don't think that has anything to do with that. But that's doing fairly well as well. Thorchain, Radium, Hashflow, Quenta, yeah, they're all decentralized exchanges. So there is bullish momentum, and that means that there's potential for a continued rally for Dydx as well. But the big question now is like the market structure on its own is quite weird. I would say it's neutral. So the big question is, and that is what we'll see today, is Dydx able to break above the main resistance at $3.55? If the answer is yes, so if Dydx breaks above that level today or tomorrow morning perhaps, and it holds it as support, then next up is $3.44, but there's potential to rally all the way up to 4.5 as well. Yeah, that would be my main price target, like 4.5, 4.35, that's a possibility. Higher than that, also a possibility, but more difficult. All right, so that is what we'll see today. And it all depends, technically. I mean, it also depends on whether Bitcoin is able to hold support, of course. But it mainly depends for Dydx whether it's able to break above 3.55 or not. Because if we see this bullish momentum, like I said, I mean, the momentum was good, but now has dropped down a bit. So if for some reason Dydx finds resistance here, drops back down to $3.2, and the momentum keeps dropping, so for example the volume keeps dropping, then it's probably not going to break out. All right, it needs momentum to break out, and if it doesn't have that, I want to look up the volume for Dydx. Come on. So yeah, volume right now is very, very high at 500 million. I think we need about 600-700 million to break through 3.55 and rally up higher. So if that doesn't happen, and if the volume starts dropping down, then what Dydx is going to do is it's going to drop down and consolidate probably on top of $3. All right, which is obviously less bullish. It's not necessarily bearish, but that's that's the other scenario. That's the other side of the story. So those are my thoughts. That's my analysis on Dydx for now. If you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. And lastly, if you're interested, as you can see from the top, in my premium or signals group, links to that will be down in the description or the pinned comment. There you can check that out if that's something for you. There's a lot of value in there, but that's up to you. For now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.